Good morning, everyone. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344, and I get to still say good morning. It's 11:53, and today is December 22nd, 2018. I just wanted to reassure you guys that if you've been feeling a lot of stress in your chest and chest pain, I've definitely been getting a lot of heart expansion the past 3 days, at least the 20th, 21st, and today. And also having trouble sleeping the last 2 nights, which is not usual for me. So if you're experiencing the same, just want you to know that, to confirm that that's the energy coming in, okay? I was doing a meditation last night, and a mantis being came in. I asked actually to help open up my my hearing and my clairvoyance more, and I got a very direct response last night, which I don't usually. I got a I don't know how to describe the feeling, but there was like an awakening on the right side of my head, and it was specifically in my ear and my temple, so having to do with the ear and eye chakras. But there was definitely something done to those points last night. It was very specific, but I saw a mantis being, and I cleared to make sure, it was benevolent being, and it was, but they tend to be very intrusive. There's a very a difficult energy, but it's a very high energy. I also saw a handful of paintbrushes being handed to me. Little ones, an assortment of brushes being handed to me. And then this morning when I was writing this down, the download was Color My World, okay? And I haven't thought of that song in forever, and that was like one of my favorites when I was young. Color My World. And that was at 8:01 this morning. So, color your world, guys. That's the message first thing today. And Spirit's connecting with me. It is the 22nd. The 22nd is all about the Fool's energy, the Fool's journey, our journey, about being free with an open heart and being authentic to who you are, no matter what. And the 22 is being seen exactly as you are. That's the authenticity of the Fool. The 2 and the 2, which is all about the High Priestess, intuitive energy. The day adds up to 45-9, which is 9 of compassion, universal selflessness, and endings. It's the 5 of freedom on the inside, that expansion energy, and then the 4 of responsibility on the outside. So there's a bit of a conflict of energy there, right? You have freedom on the inside and restriction on the outside. But this is that 9 of endings. It kind of stops you from going forward. It's a time in your life, if it's part of your cycle number, to let go of things, okay? And kind of clean your space to get ready for the new cycle of the 1. So we're in that 9 day. And the 22-4 of the Fool. So not only do we have that 9 day, but we have the 4 and the 5 represented because the 44 or the 22 is a 4, and then 45 is the 5 of Cups, which is the 5 represented. But of course, the 5 of Cups is about feeling some kind of loss, not being able to let go and see what is still good right in front of you. The 2 cups that you can't see right in front of you. It can be feeling sorry for yourself, but it can also be of great loss and mourning, okay? So we're being called to be the Fool and keep your heart open even when you feel sadness and loss. Allow it all, okay? We're still in the month of December, which is the Hangman, or wisdom, okay? So always being wise. The pi came up again this morning, along with the 3.5 out of 7, which I've gotten several times before in my readings, and Einstein as well, since pi came up. Also, you may be feeling like I was getting people not only not being able to sleep at night, but needing to get up to pee at night, which isn't normal for you. Or even someone may have drank too much last night. Everyone's in to see friends and family, so maybe drinking too much. Someone may have vomited last night. But these are some of the energies I was getting. I heard the geese flying south, but a very faint sound. passing by this morning, and the cards came out very smoothly, so there wasn't a lot coming out there. Just the heart expansion. To remember to tell you that if you're feeling chest pain, it's your heart expansion. And if you felt anything in your head last night, let me know, because I definitely had some kind of expansion in my ear and my temple. Okay. So the messages that I got right away for the Divine Feminine as I started this read, and this was at 8:24 this morning, were lima beans and lime, lime green came up, which never comes up for me, and lima beans. It's not something I would normally think of. White Lace and Promises, We've Only Just Begun by Karen Carpenter. That doesn't normally come up for me either. The Caramel Boots came up again, Back in the Saddle. So the caramel colored boots. Lily Ponds, Kermit and Miss Piggy. So lime green, like I said, and also To Be Seen came up. The lime green, because you can see lime green really well, it pops. Lime green, To Be Seen. Release emotions, let them come up. If you need to cry, let it come up. Mary Magdalene is being pushed down so that Jesus can come up. All right, that's the template of the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. The feminine's being pushed down right now for the masculine to rise up and meet her. The bird ascends for a final descent together this time. The roller coaster begins its climb to the top. Enjoy the emotional ride. Allowing and letting go, eyes closed. No need to know. Just feel. Okay, that was the message before I even started the read today, and Spirit's connecting with me. The major arcana were Solar Deity and the Star, which is the Sun and the Star. The Sun and the Stars. There were 3 wands, 2 cups, 2 pentacles, 2 swords, so perfectly distributed. The court cards were the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, okay? So it very much could be the energy of the masculine and the feminine, but it also could be the feminine and her children. It could also be an offer or maybe just some kind of offer of help or money, or a job might come in for a Divine Feminine who's looking. The numbers that came up in the coding were 22, 33, 3, 2, 2, 2, 8, 2, and 4 were there, as well as 16. And 23 also came up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The code was all about spiritual career. The number 8 was important, and 2. It was about the twin flames and the 8, which is, of course, the infinity at 0 point. So, of course, that's always important to stay at 0 point. You're being called to practice this, and, of course, I experienced that last night. My son came in. I had to pick him up at the airport on Friday on a holiday weekend, right? So that was a bit of a challenge, and all the people cutting me off, which I assumed was going to happen on the full moon, going to the airport, right, on Friday night. And I definitely was cut off at least 4 times, and like really dangerous things, but I was just ready to just go with it, relax. I was definitely triggered a little bit about other things. Not that I didn't get angry about anything, but I noticed myself, verbalizing stuff that I don't, that I can let go of. Okay, I don't need to hone in on that stuff, even though I didn't truly get triggered yesterday by anything. I didn't feel like I needed to hang on to any frustrations or anything like that. But just noticing and being more aware of how I respond to things. And when my son comes into town, what I immediately start talking to him about. So these are some of your patterns that you want to still be noticing and changing as you see them. So it's all about the twins and groups of 8, or just seeking 0 point and that perfect balance. So there may be 8 people coming to your home this weekend, or and very much about the Knight of Pentacles coming up here. It's like there's a department, there's a group of 8, that's a department of energy, and also crystals can break up into cry stalls, so whiners, people who complain, your kids, for your union, for your spiritual career, to help transmute more energies and bring something together. And also Florida was coming up. So you may want, urgently to seek 0 point, especially in these busy holiday weekends with everyone coming into town and so much craziness going on with the full moon. Be so too a department of energy for your union, for the two of you. Always know you are two. When you're at 0 point and you're alone or whatever, just always know you're two. You're never one. So it's all about the two today, you know, especially with the 22, 33, and 3222 coming up, the twos and the threes, but, you know, which is the twins, okay? And the third energy. Let's see what came up in the codings really quick. Taylor Swift came up. Proceed to download Taylor Swift. So tailor things swiftly. Stanford University on Instagram on why we are so stressed came up. What did I write? Numbers US, search for Numbers USA came up. So something about numbers and USA. Robert Turbin came up, as unsigned free agent, 2018 player profile. And that was in Roto World. Purification of Naringen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Naringen. But it's from the Florida State Horticultural Society. And that Naringen, or Naringen, will crystallize from water as octahydrate molecule with 8 waters of crystallization, which product melts at 83 degrees Celsius. And then there was a 2 there, so again 2. But it was saying when crystallized with other solvents, like I don't know if it was alcohol, something like that, it has 2 waters of crystallization as opposed to 8. So there's definitely something coming up between the 2 and the 8, and 2 and 8 is 4, so 4 came up in the coding as well. 15 most relaxing beaches came up today in U.S. News Travel. And number 1 was Tahiti. The one that popped up in the title was number 14, which was Maui. Okay, and it says, the Maui one says, and with greater than 30 miles, ringing its figure 8 shape, Maui. Okay, and then of course you can look up that list if you want to know the rest. And the other 2, sulfation came up and how to prevent it, and that's from Battery University. Aspen Dental locations, and that was Crystal River, Florida. And then physics 1915 came up from HEP FSU EDU. William Henry, and that had to do with again with the structure of crystals. Oh, cubes. And how in when 2 cubes meet, there's always 8 vertices that meet 1 point. All right, so now I'm going to get into the sand art really quick for you. Sorry, my son's home, so if you hear anything, I probably just woke him up talking. So for the sand art, and please bear with me, I'm still in rhymes, okay, per spirit. It might be a Christmas thing just for the holidays, but we'll see what happens. So with the sand art, a wedding, a large leaf, a toboggan, a sleigh, a broken zipper, Batcave, and hissing cats in dismay. A whale, E.T., and his neck extended up, the masculine's shadow side hiding. He looks to check if it's nicely tucked away before receiving his bride, who of course knows this and laughs that he's so lame. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing the bride coming down the aisle situation again in the sand art. A very powerful one. A flag is placed in the hole-in-one to mark the place that it all begun. White lace and promises, and we're on our way. As fireworks go off, we've only just begun. The lobster claw has got a hold on the shark's head, served on a platter, as the bride leaves a train. Emotion rises. Last minute vacuuming as the old man rises. Kids sleeping everywhere. He claims no more surprises. Someone may have put a wet fish in his bed. Tempers are rising, smoke stacks ahead. Mind-blowing ceremony, fully filling their cup. 2 joined as one, bellies full, Here's to us. Someone may get bitten on the right leg or have to change into work pants having spilled red. A butt crack is showing, shirt buttons undone. The angels arrive to remind us that we're all one. Aroused by the young ones in a champagne toast, one told to clam up and be respectful to the host. Go to your room, and they go off to cry. Why did they have to embarrass me? Oh, why? A final pouring, a sprinkling of fairy dust. Add a little pepper, carve the turkey, kiss the boo-boo and make it better. One more time. Here's to us. The child is asleep, the smokestacks simmer down, the host is so glad, finally no one's around. One last peek to make sure the lights are all out. Off to sleep. The house is quiet as a mouse. Okay, so that was the sand art, you know, obviously a little prompting for the Christmas holiday. And so for the read. Okay, so I told you all the primary things, and now I'm going to get into the read. The Queen of Wands is not the main, she was a clarification, but the main underlying energy starts out with the Eight of Wands. Okay, that's the main underlying energy from the Syrian Starseed deck. The Queen of Wands trips up to break patterns, look back and walk away in a heated exchange of feelings, opens the Page of Cups heart, taken over by ego feelings, also noticed complaining in general conversation, crazy drivers cutting you off, reacting slightly, but bringing it to your awareness like I was speaking to earlier. Also, you may feel like you're getting creative today. The Queen of Cups meditates while the Divine Masculine hikes. To sort out, too, an offer of new life, the universe orchestrates YouTube. Grounding roots exposed from the ground in cotton fields and barren orange tree groves, bringing the lovers together as three. The Page of Swords faces the Knight of Swords with God meditating. Oh, that's me. A mountain between them. She is the orange tree looking up in bloom. He's the fall leaves looking down. Where's my cup? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The mountain between them. She is the orange tree in bloom looking up. He is the fall leaves looking down, saying, where's my cup? The Knight of Swords is on high ground as the Page of Swords is willing to learn. Just get to the point, grounding, legs, to discern. Roots become vulnerable in winter fields, are armored and pointed and waiting to heal. Dormant for now, the shadow side, facing the sun to feel warmer inside. Make sure you get your sun. Don't forget water, but when out in the cold, all alone, you have to wee all the way home. So some of you might have to pee on the way home. Okay. Crave M&M's chocolate or a Mary Magdalene clone. Okay. Some of the things you may be craving to run home to. Okay. Peeing, chocolate, and another twin to talk to in the Mary Magdalene clone. Okay. Long live the crown taken from the king's head. Jewels sold instead. To help out the needy in leading the way is best. A wreath on a stick shaped like pie, the family's crest. Okay, your crest is integration within, okay? Lack of satisfaction pushes Mary Magdalene down to be in her inner knowing, received as Jesus comes around. And then worth waiting for comes up for Romance Angels, the underlying energy with finances and career beneath that. So getting your finances and career in order, and then worth waiting for, allowing it to come in. Okay. In order, protecting, worth waiting for, finances and career in order. Protecting by controlling, it's all mirror of the karmic. You can't control what he does with the karmic. In your head it hurts, because you're in your head. The sexual dance can be alarming. Protecting and controlling the karmic, her manipulating him back. but then he begs for your attention when his energy lacks. 3 feet in the mess, spilled wine on the floor. You vow your silence, allowing him in no more. Showing your muscle during the holiday bustle. Be compassionate and keep your heart open once spent. And then compassion and domestic harmony were the 2 underlying energies that came up from the numerology deck. Very important that you always stay in your compassion. Some of the signs that came up here were not only 3 queens were in the underlying energy. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles were all there represented in the underlying energy, but Gemini, Taurus, and Pisces, which are very few for the underlying energy, okay? Feeling unstable or moving or canceled party. The Queen of Swords lights up with her truth. She's a smarty. Adorned in magenta, indigo, violet, and gold, her royal lineage can't be sold. Her story's been told. The reflection of reaping rewards, organic versus fake, may leave you uncomfortable and warm. May leave you not uncomfortable, may leave you comfortable and warm or returning to the mate. But the party is over. The whole mess was taped. Nothing to say, an awful hangover the next day. The truth may be unsatisfying, getting attention for your knowing, news of feelings expressed. Overindulging in words that are low, while the others are pretending not to know. Be in your knowing, expanding your heart. Compassion not always easy, but at least it's a start. Recently the family, the top 3, the radiating ghost, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Taurus leader who sees. And here could be, there's top 3, and then we had 3 underlying energies, Gemini, Pisces, and Taurus, so they may be them. They don't have to be. Some will start seeing synchronicities and be purging establishment eccentricities. The word is out about antisocial behavior, yet expressing feelings of being a savior. A foundation of truth, sovereign but not knowing, his sword's been put down. Child angels have started glowing. Or someone might be showing. Centrally, there's a message of awakening of 2, transformation and alignment, expressing feelings through and through. The King of Wands keeps an eye on 2 flames, challenged by the wheel, bleeding out at the tables again, challenged by proposal to slow down, hold on and wait, inspired by dreams of sharing and fate. The stars and full moon cause fighting soon, one being ganged up on. Now in the head, twin flames and the crown, standing ground with business, errands, activities to run away from the family. Working late into the night, cobwebs, mice, Cinderella loses power at midnight. Gotta run. I have to read this again. Now in the head, twin flames and the crown, standing ground, with business, errands, activities, running away from family, working late into the night, cobwebs and mice, Cinderella loses power at midnight, gotta run. For some it's the bathroom, to pee or to vomit. Was the family party worth it? Twin messenger of truth comes out for attention, leading other angels to fantasy mirror, walking away scot-free to get your wish. What's this? A man in the mirror? Dressed in uniform, satisfied on his own. Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo are visiting home. Soon the divine masculine hides in the Batcave. Warm, bold, and strong, ending battle with a Queen of Pentacles reverse gone wrong. Cancer and Leo responsible for this, too tired to fight, she's grounding her nest. Perfectly willing to hang out alone while family greets visitors from places unknown. The divine feminine is sunny and exposed, or depressed for the King of Wands reversed, who's tired, no longer bored, I suppose. The injustice makes her sad, so the divine feminine feeling some sadness about being in the holidays without her masculine, and maybe for his situation as well. True love, This is a romance of a lifetime, and attraction come up here. Around the divine feminine, the Queen of Wands, her hands are in everything, free with her heart. However, due to insecurities, extremely manipulative, starting fights a day ahead of schedule. Clear blocks of separation or heartbreak. The Emperor's up at night or crying to get back with the Queen of Swords and King of Pentacles welcoming him, but he's trying, or he may just be lying. Okay, so this is about what you need to clear. It's all about separation, any thoughts of separation or heartbreak. But here, coming up here, was an Emperor up at night or crying, wanting to get back with a Queen of Swords and King of Pentacles. So it doesn't sound like a relationship, but more of a family or a partnership situation, or it could be a father with a couple, or his kids. They may be welcoming him in that he's trying, but he may actually be lying. Spiritual career comes up here, but mostly, and even more so, love partnership. The Magician and Emperor make the most of it, and it was really funny because I was getting this like at in the Muppets, the two old men at the party at Christmas, like the two uncles or the dad and the uncle sitting there. You know what you usually see at the holidays. The Magician and Emperor make the most of it. They have a trophy, comparing notes. The dog hides under the table. There's a busy host. The star of the show, telling others where to go and what to do, exposes the sudden trauma of family lineage. You've been finding peace in this part of you. Even though not accepted, even rejected, they were yours. But now you are blue. Twin flames from the star, Egyptian, and very ancient, surrounded by family. They're over there, trying not to be seen, quietly feeling despair. Only one of a pair. Cover is blown, exposed to the family. Your light, your flame, symbolic of unity. The Empress with soulmate, separated but always there. Her twin mirrored back by the masculine relatives, stares and glares. So even when your masculine's not around, all the masculines around you are reflecting back to you, your twin, what you need to know. What's in you to be shown back to you, okay? An opportunity to end pain once and for all. Your world is complete. You've come for full circle. The divine feminine is in charge of her life, twirling and floating and transmuting the knife. Like a baton show at the dinner table. They'll never know what's hit them. The innocent child hides behind expressions of passion, of truth, of exposure, of high energy, of the Queen of Wands and her lasso. As the family comes together to propose Batcave and separation. Lightning bolts, two flames, holding light and giving direction. One flame, one world, suggesting that they give it a whirl. Okay? So that's what came in for your messages for the divine feminine. Definitely for when the family's all coming together, and there's definitely weddings coming up here as well. So a lot of celebrations this weekend and going into the Christmas holiday. I'm going to pull you some cards for the Ascension deck. Okay. So everyone take a deep breath. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Okay, this December 22nd, 2018. What is the energy for everyone? What is the advice? What does everyone need to know who's watching for the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay, Lady Portia comes up, and water is at the bottom of the deck. Drink your water. I know I sound like a nag. It's number 15, okay, which is the energy of the devil. Make sure your water's clean. Okay, 15 is a 6 of the motherly energy, motherly love, family, and community. You know, water is loving yourself. Make sure it's clean water with the devil coming up here, okay? The affirmation is, water, I love you, bless you, and thank you. I direct you to spread love around the planet. So you might want to talk to your water before you drink it. Lady Portia comes up as the partner of Saint Germain. Number 32, which is that 6 of Wands. You know, being a leader. Good news coming in. Okay, success. And having followers. It's traditionally about good news, you know. People coming into town. It's definitely that journey energy, okay? So 32 is a 5 of expansion and freedom. and change. It's also about children and romance, okay? And that's the salesman energy, the number 5. So it's very much about lots of people coming in and making small talk. It's the 2 of the feminine energy on the inside and the 3 of the social energy on the outside, expressing yourself, but being more reined in inside, you know, hesitant, but social, right? Lady Portia is known as the goddess of justice. As Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the 5th dimension. Be generous-hearted, okay, so we're talking about not closing your heart. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path shall be showered with gold. And the affirmation is, I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. Okay? So even when you feel yourself slipping into back into the old thoughts of your story with your twin and the journey, go back into your compassion energy and truth and justice, and knowing that it's about being happy, not being right. Okay? So now we have the past life deck. And again, that was 32.5. What was the underlying energy? And again, okay, water was 15. Take another deep breath. Okay, so for this December 22nd, 2018, what is the message for everyone watching for the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? 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 What do we need to learn? Okay, we have the arts coming up, and the biblical's at the bottom. Biblical looks very much like the 8 of Pentacles, okay? The creative person working with their hands. Okay, he's putting on the 4th leg of the 4, okay? Of the 4 of Wands, literally. And he's covering his head. There may be something comes up about covering your crown. And also vows is below biblical, just to make sure to pay attention to vows. Today I'm not getting about cutting your vows. It's about being at a wedding ceremony. And really paying attention to the vows taken. And 44 just came up with 32. Okay, about complete mastery. Okay, mastering 0 point. The cards that came out for you are the arts and authority figures. Okay, it's very much about, you know, and I had the paintbrushes presented to me, so it's about coloring your world with the arts, with music and art and however you are creative. But piano and the black and white keys are coming up here, as well as the strings pulled at the holidays, and the black and white of it, okay? Ebony and ivory. Sometimes you don't need color. Sometimes it is black and white. But the music makes it more colorful. And then authority figures, you know, putting your foot down, but there's sparkles around it. So make sure you put your foot down with sparkles around it in a nice way, in a gentle way, but be firm so that others learn. Okay? So be careful about your authority and how you use that. Use it creatively. I'm being guided. Use your gavel creatively. I'm getting Tinker Toys. Be careful that a kid doesn't hit you in the knee. Okay? With their Tinker Toys. Or with a hammer. The Journey of Love is coming up. Okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. So again, this 12/22/2018. For everyone watching, for the best and highest of those concerned, what is it that we need to know? What is the advice? What does Spirit want us to know? Okay. Got 2. The bottom is Guardian of the Soul Family, number 26. The guardian of the soul family, 26, is the Page of Wands. Okay? The inspired. Okay, that's the underlying energy. Aww. I was first getting wedding energy, like a ceremony, and then I see someone holding a child. So it's very much about the holidays. You know, who's the guardian of the family? It's very green and orange and white. Lime green is in here as well, coming up. And I just got the changing of the guards. So someone might start switching houses for the holidays this year. But there's changing of the guards, because that can apply in any sense. The two cards that came out for you are Shakti and Heaven, which are number 19 and number 70. Okay. Shakti is 19, which is funny because Shakti is the feminine energy. Shakti is feminine, but the 19 is of the sun, which is the masculine energy. It's the one of that focused, driven energy, self-oriented, but it's using 9 on the inside of compassion. Okay, that's the more feminine side with the 1 on the outside. So being a leader, but being that soft 9. Okay, but just using the leadership abilities to get everybody focused into a unity consciousness so that you can spread the compassion. Okay, that's the Shakti energy coming up. And then Heaven is 70, which is the 2 of Pentacles. It's the 0 supporting the 7, you know, Source supporting the Chariot in the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, which is about performing. You know, don't forget about the polarity, you know, heaven and earth. There's polarity there. Okay? And also just as within, so without, and as above, so below. It's bringing up all the polarities of heaven. And there's, you know, there's a polarity here too, because blue and red are opposites as well. Okay? Of 70 and 19. So it's actually saying that not 1 and 9 aren't opposites, but 1 and 7 are opposites. Okay, 1 is very selfish, and so they're showing me that not 2, but 7 is the opposite of the masculine energy. Oh, that was interesting. All right, so I'm going to read you those, number 19 and then number 70. Shakti reads, Shakti is divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened with light. She is the divine feminine, and she is the Kundalini, the energetic force that moves through us, triggered by love that leads to enlightenment of our body. With our Kundalini coming alive within us, we cannot remain as we once were. It's impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, be the same in our relationship patterns, and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips and people wonder, what happened to her? Or what's gotten into him? We're on fire with the divine, and we cannot help but misbehave. We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. That child divine lives fully and with passionate fire, not doing things the way they're supposed to be done perhaps, but living instead from the heart. Our body may ache as we burn through old pain. Sometimes the light within may seem so bright that it blinds us for the moment, but that will pass and the misbehaving will suddenly be seen for what it is. The old rules just don't fit anymore. You don't plug a globe capable of illuminating the whole world into the bedside reading lamp without burning down the house. Best to let that light shine as it was meant to in the big arena. Shakti is making your light grow, beloved. Be prepared to shine even brighter. This oracle brings you a message. You're going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy. Because your energy body and physical body have already begun to merge with each other, energetic shifts will affect your physical body too. It's always wise to consult a healthcare practitioner if needed, but at least some of your physical challenges at the moment, from aches and pains to tiredness, are due to this energetic awakening. Okay, and we discussed this today. Take responsible action as you feel necessary, such as tending to your physical well-being and health care that feels supportive, but also remember to rest, get some time in nature, and nurture your body as its spiritual awakening into greater light. The poem reads, I've watched you hurting and felt helpless to make life better for you. And this very much matches the energy that I was bringing up for how the Divine Feminine sees herself today. I've watched you hurting and felt helpless to make life better for you. Loving you is having to make choices to let you be who you are, who you become, and all the who's yet to come. To love you is to ride the waves of your passionate embrace of life, ever mindful of the change in the wind and the occasional tempest brewing. Loving you is having to make choices, knowing it isn't my fault. I can still choose to take it personally or just be, while I listen and watch you unfold. Your heart is a beauty I will always love. It's the part of you that hasn't changed much over time. And when I lie beside you and hear you breathe, when I touch your skin or caress your hair, you are timeless, and I choose loving you. Okay? So then we have Heaven, which is number 70. All right, that was really about, coming into your knowing who you are. That you are the master. You are the authority. All right, so Heaven says, you are meant to live heaven. And this just came up this week as well. Not later, sometime after you die. What use is this life and body, if not to live heaven now? Look for the mad divine genius in all that is, especially the puzzling parts of your life that make you scratch your head or tear your hair or scrunch up your face and scream with frustration. Those are the places in which the divine is saying, here is where heaven is hiding. Let's unveil it together. Like when they were cutting me off last night. Let me show you. Let me unveil your own mad divine genius right here. Look for heaven. Even in hiding, it will not withhold itself from you for long, beloved. It wants to be known by you. It was just 41:14. 41 is the Ace of Cups, and 14 is Temperance. So it's very much about the pure love of the angels, okay? This oracle brings you a special message. The Enlightener is calling you to more. More divinity, more love, more acceptance, more embrace of life itself. There's no limit in what is being offered to you from the divine lover, calling to you, the beloved. Rejoice and know that the dance of love between you and the divine is removing of veils of illusions, one at a time, until you behold each other, naked and true, finally to discover you are each other. You are love. And the poem reads, the sky ablaze with morning light on silver wings of birds in flight. In gratitude a tear released, and knowingness embraced, at peace. She speaks to those who gaze below, ancestral wings which call my soul, to open hearts and soar above. In awe the winds await this love. Okay, so live your heaven now, Use your nice glasses for breakfast, okay? Make sure to drink your water and get your rest, like we already talked about, and be out in nature and ground yourself, meditate. Have an amazing day, an amazing weekend. If you don't tune in again, have a great holiday. Rise and be loved.